Shalom. First and foremost, all praise is going to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kadash. Double honors going to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations going to the hopefully elect tabernacle of David scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Once again, it's the brother Azora Yah back at you again with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And as always, in the spirit of prophecy, which is the testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shai. So we've been seeing in the news recently, you've been having a whole lot of distractions, a whole lot of, smoke and mirrors going on. While meanwhile, behind the scenes, this devil, Klaus Schwab, is still hard at work. Okay? And he's been on it for a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude been going hard behind the scenes, And he's really one of those guys that you would forget about unless you actually see his name pop up. But he hasn't gone nowhere. The World Economic Forum is still in full swing. They still got the New World Order agenda rolling. All right, you just had this devil come out the other day making comments on China, the way that they got their system set up over there with the CV lockdowns and all of that. He was actually saying that that's an exemplary form of government to institute in the Great Reset. He actually came out and said that. All right. So all these so-called conspiracy theorists of, the top elites of this world, which he's a part of, coming together to collude and conspire to bring about this new beast system, man. All these things are a reality. And this dude right here, and those in his cabinet, those that are directly in this circle, are hell-bent on pushing global, dominance, man. All right, bringing about that satanic NWO. So this article here says Klaus Schwab's obsession with pushing global governance. Last week at the G20 meeting in Indonesia, as U.S. President Joe Biden and Chinese leader Xi Jinping wasted their time talking about global warming, a subject the People's Republic does not take seriously. Instead of the origins of CV or the status of Taiwan, to my utter astonishment, the face and voice of quote-unquote Great Reset appeared. This is the jargon for the readjustment in the world towards so-called stakeholder capitalism that is the ambition of the conveners of the World Economic Forum. And if you're not aware, this is the founder of the World Economic Forum. All right. And he's been around for a long time, but he really didn't come into the news prominently until around 2019, 2020, around that time. Because, that's when they, started this whole reset agenda. Right. And he's at the forefront of that, man. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that he's a small hat. I do believe that he's a ish. I'd have to double check that. But I've seen multiple sources say that he is a small hat. So it's no coincidence that he's the one pushing this, man. And of course, you know that he's plugged in with the higher elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, et cetera, et cetera. They all plugged in together. All these devils is plugged in together, man. All right. And their agenda is to do what? As Klaus Schwab said in his own words, that you will own nothing and you will be happy. That's the end agenda. Complete control, complete dominance over your life. You're not going to have freedom of speech. You're not going to be able to just come and go as you please. That's not going to be what's happening, man. All right. These devils want full control, full mastery over your very being. They want to be like the Most High. See, Esau has a God complex. All right. And he's not going to stop until he accomplishes what he's setting out to accomplish. All right. So you can't be ignorant of Satan's devices, man. This is what these devils have going on. All right, so don't get distracted by what they pushing in the mainstream media, because while that's going on, these things are still going on as well behind the scenes. It says the forum began in 1971 as a conference where a few political leaders and celebrities from different industries and activities gathered, and the occasion was paid for by admission fees happily tendered by a selection of prosperous people from different countries who wished to rub shoulders with the prominent featured guests. It was a winning commercial formula, and it grew and grew. It never moved to a more commodious and stylish place than the dreary and remote Swiss town of Davos. Scroll down a little bit. It says, for Schwab, stakeholder capitalism means the overarching requirements of society as interpreted and enforced by an emergent international class of theoretical regulators that would enforce the interest of everyone in society in the activities of the entire private sector, which is what? The Great Reset, man. Doing away with cash, doing away with the current financial system, and bringing in what will ultimately be the MOTB, which is the RFID microchip. All right. It says he calls this the fourth industrial revolution, which he says is fusing the physical, digital, and biological worlds, merging man with machine, right? This is what these devils want to do. And part of that is putting the CHIP inside of you. That's called biometrics, okay? You have over there in Sweden to where they've been doing this for years now, man. Like, I remember first seeing it either back in like 2016, 2017, where the Swedes was already over there doing it. It was like a new thing back then. But people already have the MOTB. Over here in the Western America right now, they're grooming people to accept this technology. But all of this is going towards the fourth industrial revolution that these devils are forwarding right now. That's why a lot of places you go now, they don't accept cash. They say we either taking exact change or we taking card. But most of the time, it's just they're taking card. They taking card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Amazon Pay. They have all these different mediums of payment now. But cash is being X'd out. Cash is being done away with. So that tells you what direction that these devils are going in. And as it pursues to Revelation, the 13th chapter, verses 16 to 17, it says what? That none might buy or sell save he that had the mark. So unless you have the RFID microchip, you're not going to be able to buy and sell. That's the bottom line. That's how he's going to cause you, all right? He's going to cause you, coerce you into this by cutting out the main means for you to survive, which is buying and selling. Everything that you do in life, especially here in Babylon, the Great America, is tied to buying and selling. So if you can't do that, you really can't live. And this devil knows that. That's why the time that's coming is known as the hour of temptation, because you're going to be tempted by this devil. All right? Your faith is going to be tested. See? And if you're carnal, you're going to fail the test. Because you're going to look and be like, damn, well, how am I going to live if I can't buy and sell? So this devil's going to play on people's emotions. He's going to play on your flesh, man. But ultimately, that's where your faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua comes in. That's why in that time we all going to have to lean on the Lord. You know, your faith is going to have to be front and center in that time, man, to overcome the wiles of this devil. All right, so it says, fusing physical, digital, and biological worlds, impacting all disciplines, economies, and industries, and even challenging ideas about what it means to be human. And ultimately, this devil wants to do away with humanity. All right, he wants things to get to a point to where you can be transhuman, to where you can transition from being a human into being a robot. And they think that they can somehow, because also what they want to do is they want to transfer their conscience. You know, that's why a lot of these devils, when they die, they freeze their brain or they donate to science so these devils can figure out a way in which they can preserve their conscience and put it into a robotic body that they can once again come back and live forever. But it don't work like that, because really Your brain is just your flesh. See, once your spirit leave your body, once your soul leave your body, that's it. You know, your spirit goes back to the Father, and your body turns back unto dust. You know, so they can't really do anything with that, but that just shows you the pride and the God complex of these devils, to where they want to have their consolation. They want to make their own version of eternal life. You see? So, this is the inner, most deepest thoughts of the Edomite. All right, to be like the Most High. All right, to also create life as the Most High has created life. This man is a mad scientist. That's why he all up in the lab. He in there creating impossible meat, making meat out of bugs and compost and all that other kind of madness, man. Why? Because he has a God complex. He wants to be like the Most High. Goddamn devil, man. So it says, let's see here. It says the 2020 book, The Great Reset, was inspired by the CV crisis to present a full frontal expose of the Davos ambition 50 years after its gestation. It will steer the market towards fairer outcomes, environmental, social, and governance metrics to ensure that investments advance shared goals such as equality and sustainability, and harness the innovations of the fourth industrial revolution to support the public good, especially by addressing health and social challenges. So this is all BS, is what you can take away from it. Because here it is, now they talking about, oh yeah, well, this is in the name of, public health and safety and, making things more easier for the people, which this really ain't about the people, man. This is about the elites being like the Most High. That's what it's really about. But they'll use these certain talking points to make their real agenda seem more benevolent, right? To try and make themselves seem like they're the saviors, as if they're the good guys. But really, these people are in league with Satan, especially Klaus Schwab, ass man. Like, that dude right there is a straight up demon. Like, he came out a couple years ago, man, dressed in a full black, like he was a Grand Mason or something, man. Came out in a full black robe, giving speeches, man. So all that they try to push in the name of safety and convenience, man, it's all BS. And ultimately, these devils have already lost. The Most High already got their card. Their judgment is already written. All right, but in this movie, in the Most High's movie, you got to have a bad guy. All right, you have to have an antagonist. The protagonist is Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, and the antagonist is Esau, Edom. All right, he's playing the part of the devil in this movie. All right, now you do have a spiritual being, Satan, all right, which works on the left-hand side. Satan actually works for the Most High. But see, Esau is the physical counterpart of Satan upon the earth to work wickedness within the earth. See? As it is written, even he who's coming is after the working of Satan. And that's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, now that's all I'm going to get out of this article. Pretty much the point has been made. But yeah, man, these devils are going hardcore with their NWO agenda, and they not going to stop until they have some success. Now, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to allow Esau to have some success with his NWO, but he's not going to fully realize it, all right? He's not going to come out and go full-fledged NWO on you, man. That ain't finna happen, because in the midst, just when this devil think that he about to take his last bite off his plate, like he about to finish his agenda, that's when, Yahweh Shai gonna come back and put this devil down for good, man, and put his ass in chains. That's what's gonna happen, But all that we're seeing right now, man, this is all just a build up to the inevitable destruction of Babylon the Great, Esau, and this whole wicked world system. See? So let's get some precepts, man. Micah chapter 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds, When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. And who is devising iniquity? Who is working evil upon their beds? The so-called elites of this world, which we know that the elites of this world are Edomites, all right? The so-called white man, or the so-called, Ish man, right? Which goes back to the tribe of Amalek. They are the ones that have the power. They have the power in their hands to practice and put these things into work. They have all the money. They have all the resources. Anything that they want, they can make it happen, according to the bounds that the Most High has set for them to operate within. It's like, they can't go outside of that. But what the Most High will allow them to do, they can do it with no problems. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And we know who that's talking about, right? Let's go here. Psalms of chapter 64 and 2. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. See that? So David said, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. In this NWO, this new beast system, this fourth industrial revolution, as they call it, this is all the secret counsel of the wicked. This is the counsel that they've been planning behind the scenes for years upon years. But now they figure this is the best time, because the Most High has put it on these devil spirits to now go forth with these plans and carry these things out. All right, but this is their secret counsel that they have in their hearts to fulfill. From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. All right. We war not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness that dwells in high places, right? And that's dealing with these elites. They are the ones that dwell in these high places, man. They are the ones that have direct contact with the spiritual being Satan. That's who they getting they orders from, ultimately. That's who they worship. See, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So their tongue is like a sword. And when you go back to Genesis, the 27th chapter, Esau's blessing was what? Isaac said that by the sword shalt thou live. So Esau's blessing goes back to the sword. So even everything about this man is the sword. Like you think about Edward Scissorhands. It don't matter how gently that he embrace you. It don't matter how softly he tried to be with you. If he give you a hug, he's gonna cut you. Why? Because he's literally the sword, man. He can't help it. Everything about this man's very being is the sword, goes back to warfare. So when these devils talk, really what they're doing is they're declaring war on you. When Klaus Schwab comes out and he says that you shall own nothing and you will be happy, he's declaring war on you. That's why it says even bitter words, man. They might make it sound sweet. They might make it sound innocent, but really it's bitter words, and they're declaring war on you right to your face. But you wouldn't know, because this man's the devil. He's the deceiver. Everything that he does works iniquity, and it's to deceive you. See that? That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Hey, so these devils have no shame in their game. All right? They gonna push their open counsel now. Okay, these devils not even afraid to say what it is no more. There was a time when if you asked these devils, what it was about certain things, they would outright lie to you. But now, Klaus Schwab is like an open book. You ask that man, so what is the fourth industrial? Well, you will all not sing and you will be happy. That's how they get down, man, because Esau knows that he's at the end now. He knows that he's at the end. So what do we have to lose? What why do we have to hide? And through the spirit, man, this is what brother's been saying. Brother's been saying, it's going to come a point in time where this devil is not going to give a damn if you know that he's the devil. He's just going to come out and be the devil to your face. He's not going to care, because ultimately, why? He has the power. He has the power to deceive you, destroy you. Well, not the elect, but all these other people, the masses of the people. He has that power to deal with them in that way. right? Ecclesiasticus 12, and let's get 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So you see that these devils speak unto you sweetly, but what's in their heart? War is in their heart, man. That's why it says he imagineth to throw thee into a pit. So hey, he trying to get you out of there, basically. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Now, going back to the article, it said what? Let me see if I can find that part in the article where he was talking about. Slacky, just give me a minute. I think it was up here somewhere. It was a part in here where he was talking about, like, you know, doing for the people. I'm not gonna spend too much time looking for it if I can find it. Can't find it. Well, Salakia, I wanted to go back to the part where it was, you know, he was talking about, you know, doing for the people and resetting things or whatever. But can't find it. It's all good. But yeah, it says, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. So this devil's going to put it out there like all that he's doing, that this great reset, this fourth industrial revolution, this is all for the benefit of the people. But what? It's to undermine you. It's to deceive you, you know, ultimately so that you can side with him. But then when you side with him, he's going to backstab you. All right, that's how the devil gets down. See, that's why the scriptures say to never trust thine enemy, man. I never trust thine enemy, not when it's convenient, not when it's beneficial for you, never. Because you have to understand that your enemy, he's always looking to destroy you. That's his ultimate goal, is to destroy you, right? You will never see a sheep go and lay down with a wolf. You will never see that, man, because the sheep understands that the wolf is his enemy. No matter how sweet that wolf may seem, you know, up front, that sheep knows that ultimately this wolf, you know, his goal is to devour me, is to eat me, you know? So nah, man, you can't trust these devils, you know? He says he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. So at the last, you know, just like, you know, Barack Obama, prime example. When he came into office, he was making all these promises to, you know, so-called black people, Latinos, and Native Americans, and say, oh, yeah, well, I'm your president. I'm going to come in. I'm going to change things. You know, I'm going to get reparations, this, that, the third. And what happened? He did more for the Mo community than he did for any Israelite. That's why I say and shall change his countenance, man. Hey, so his countenance towards you is going to be changed. See? He gonna talk sweet, but then once he gets the hook in your mouth, that's it. That's when he gonna change his countenance. He gonna turn his back on you. And that's this devil, man. Esau, Edom, Klaus Schwab, and the rest of them. Sirach 14. And let me see what I want here. Verse 4. He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul gathereth for others, that shall spend his goods riotously, Slakia, right? So he that gathereth by defrauding his own soul, you see? So he's heaping all these people. He's trying to get the masses of the people to believe in him, that this fourth industrial revolution, that's the way to go, that this is the future, that this is the new wave, right? He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his own good. So it says he that is evil to himself, man. Esau, Edom is evil to his own people. This man don't care about other Edomites, man. All they care about is their top elite. Ultimately, they don't give a damn about, Bobby and Sally and, James. They don't give a damn about the, low-level Edomite, man. It's all about their enterprise. It's all about their agenda. See? That's why it says, hey, man, if you're evil to yourself, how can you be good to others? There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. This the point, verse 7, and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. See that? So, hey, if this so-called white man does good, he's doing it unwillingly, man. He doesn't want to do good. He can't do good. Name one good thing that the so-called white man has done. It's like, what has Esau really done that's actually good? Like, yeah, life is convenient, but look at the state of the earth. Look at the state of the animals. Look at the state of the people. Nothing but mass confusion, suicide, mass murder, men trying to be women, women trying to be men. You got little kids confused about their gender, man. So what has this man done that's actually good? Then now he trying to tell you that the fourth industrial revolution, that's good. That this is where we should be going. That's what he's telling you. You see? But what? He telling you that that's a good thing, but it says what? And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. So, hey, when this is all said and done, just like they did with the sauce, just like they did with the snake sauce, they said, oh, this is a good thing, this will help stop the disease. You can protect yourself and protect others. But then what happened? At the last, he declared his wickedness. They just came out the other day and said that they never put the statement out there that said that getting the sauce would stop other people around you from getting sick, that it would stop the transmission. They just came out and said that. But that ain't what they said in the beginning, right? So, hey, man, these damn devils, you know what I'm saying? You can only trust them as far as you can throw them. And me, I ain't even gonna touch these damn. I ain't even gonna get near them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just stay from a distance with my binoculars, steady watching them. The envious man hath the wicked eye. He turneth away his face and despises men. A covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul. And that's Esau, man. He can't never be satisfied. Here it is. You got the whole earth. These elites literally have all the resources, all the money. These elites have hundreds of trillions of dollars. That's an insane. Like, you literally have control over the whole planet Earth, but you're not satisfied. You're not satisfied with. So, hey, man, even what is that? Habakkuk 2:5, where it says that he keepeth not a home, he enlargeth his desire as hell. He cannot be satisfied. So, hey, man, that's only talking about one person. All right, because any other nation of people, if they had what Esau had, they would be satisfied. But once again, going back, this man has a God complex. He can't be satisfied because he wants to be like the Most High. He's not going to be satisfied until he's like the Most High. And then even at that, he probably still won't be satisfied, man. A wicked eye envieth his bread, and he is a niggard at his table. So, hey, man, the scriptures refer to a wicked man as a niggard or a nigger. All right? See that? So, hey, man, Esau, ultimately, he's the ultimate nigger. All right? Esau is the ultimate niggard, man. All right? You want to call Jake niggas and whatever, when the so-called white man, he's the real nigga. in all truth and actuality, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. Hopefully this lesson was edifying through the Rakah Kadash. Call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Shalom to Yelek Kam Yasha Allah, DTA, Abba Babal, and Kwam Bakayam. Shalom.